Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, How You Figure. I am Justin, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 10 most anticipated Hot Toys figures of 2024. Let's get right into this. All right, as I just said, we're going to be getting right into this top 10 list. Before we even get started, let me know in the comments what some of your most anticipated figures, Hot Toys figures of 2024 are. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Without further ado, let's get right into this list. All right, so our first figure in my honorable mention before we get into the top 10 is Spider-Punk. This figure looks absolutely phenomenal. I just wanted to start with this head sculpt, the rolling eyeballs. This character was so unique in the movie, really popped off the screen with the unique look, the art style, everything. I think that this figure is going to do just that on your shelf. It's going to look great with your Spider-Man collection. It's going to look great with your Across the Spider-Verse collection. It's just going to be a great figure. If they can pull it off, it will be one of the best figures of 2024, if in fact it does come out in 2024. Next figure we're going to look at is Anakin Skywalker from Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I just want to put this out there. I'm not getting the Artisan Anakin. I didn't get the pre-order in time. That limited version, the Artisan version. So I'm going to be totally happy making this my first Anakin that I'm going to pick up. They have nailed the Anakin head sculpt. Hot Toys has done such a great job with the Hayden Christensen likeness. And I will just say, I do like the prequel trilogy is what I grew up with, what I have the most nostalgia for. So even though Attack of the Clones is my least favorite of the prequel trilogy films, I still love this version of Anakin. It's the first live action of Hayden Christensen. So I am very excited to be adding him to my collection with the two lightsabers. Again, great head sculpt. Just going to be a phenomenal figure. All right, now we're about to jump into the top 10, and we're just going to get right into this because the first one, we have an icon right here. We have Indiana Jones. And this one I want to put out there and say that, in my opinion, this is one of those times where I feel like the deluxe version is a necessity. It comes with that amazing base. It comes with that specialized figure holder that goes up the pant leg, so you don't have the crotch grabber. You have another way. I think that would be great if a lot more figures came with something like that. You're not going to be doing a ton of crazy poses with the legs probably for Indiana Jones, so that'll be great. Most of it will be like we see here with the whip, with carrying the backpack, carrying the stuff. And here's the thing. Say what you want about Dial of Destiny. I know a lot of us wanted a younger Harrison Ford Indiana Jones. I totally get that. We wanted something from Raiders. We wanted something from Temple of Doom. We wanted something from the one with Sean Connery. I can't even think of the name of it right now. But The Last Crusade. Why? My goodness, I am so sorry. Last Crusade. I had such a tough time with that for some reason. But I just love Indiana Jones. This will be the best Indiana Jones to date when this releases, in my opinion. I still will buy the other Indiana Joneses if they release versions of those characters from the original trilogy. But I just think this head sculpt looks fantastic. I think the best part of this figure is going to be the genuine leather jacket, shoes, and whip. I personally think this could be a sleeper hit this year, like a figure that by the end of the year we're talking about it because it looks so good. If you want Indiana Jones, if you're a big fan of Indiana Jones like I am, I just think that even though it's an older version of the character, I still think it is worthy of your shelf, and I can't wait to add it to my collection. Number 9, we have Sabine Ren from Ahsoka. I really enjoy Ahsoka. That show has been very good. It's almost wanting me to collect the entire line of Ahsoka, but the reason I picked Sabine Ren is because I just think that head sculpt is absolutely phenomenal. I know it's a prototype, but if they are able to pull that off, or even 90% of that, I think we're going to be very happy with it. I just love this character. This character's so great, so unique. It's going to really pop off the shelf. It's got, you got the, Mando look. You have the Jedi look here. You have a little bit of both. I just think that's going to look so good. That would be a great pose to have in the collection. I'm probably going to have mine with the head sculpt primarily. That's how I will display my figure. And I think most people will if the head sculpt looks that good, because that is the highlight of this figure. So at number 9, we have Sabine Ren. We're going to go right into number 8 with Tony Stark Mark 7 suit up version. The Avengers is my all-time favorite MCU film. I love it. I'm going to start I want to put together a original 6 Avengers display. I just picked up the Mark 3 2.0. That thing is absolutely insane. 10 out of 10 figure. So I have that covered from the first Iron Man movie. That's like my favorite suit. But my favorite movie of the MCU is the Avengers. I love this scene with him and Loki. I love the suit up aspect of this it's just such an iconic scene. I still remember seeing that in theaters. Just such a great moment. But I am probably going to display him like this. I'm going to love having this Tony Stark in my collection with that, like I said, with that original 6 Avengers. I do like how the wrist sensors cover up the wrist pegs, makes it look like a seamless forearm. I just think that this is going to be a phenomenal figure. And if the head sculpt, and they've been really doing a better job with the Robert Downey Jr. likeness, I think this head sculpt looks phenomenal. And I cannot wait to add this to my collection. At number 7, we stay with Marvel and we go with Across the Spider-Verse. Again, we had Spider-Punk in the honorable mention. Now we have Miles G. Morales. I think this is like a future Grail piece personally. For a lot of people, a lot of Spider-Man fans, this figure I think is going to just knock it out of the park. I think it looks amazing. I think it looks amazing with the head sculpt. I think it looks amazing with the helmet. Having Miles G. Morales as the Prowler, having this be a version of that scene at the cliffhanger ending of Across the Spider-Verse is just too good. I mean, as soon as I saw that movie, I knew that, hey, man, once this figure comes out, I gotta have it. I just think this figure is going to be phenomenal. I think the posability is going to be great, and it just looks so badass. I can't wait. Now we are going to go to number 6, and we're going to go with the action legend himself, Keanu Reeves, with John Wick from John Wick Chapter 4. This figure just looks cool, man. I mean, that's the best thing I can say about it, is I love the John Wick character. I missed out on John Wick Chapter 2. I'm really bummed about that. So now I'm going to be able to I already got this one pre-ordered. I'm going to be able to have a John Wick on my shelf. The thing I love about John Wick, unless you get Kane, which I'm not, John Wick is a standalone figure that can go with a lot of different places on your shelf. I personally would love to eventually have like an 80s/90s action movie shelf. Even though he's not from the 80s or the 90s, John Wick has that type of vibe to it. And I would just love to have him as part of my collection, since I missed out on the Chapter 2 version, which a lot of people still say is one of the better Hot Toys figures that they have released. So we are going to be going into the top 5, and I must say that on number 5 here, I cheated a little bit. You will see why. And I think you'll understand. I think you'll let me off the hook for it. Number 5, we're going with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the entire line of figures. I'm going to show you the couple that if I had to pick a couple just out of the 5, these are the ones I would pick. I would definitely be going with Star-Lord. And I just feel like with the team suit, you have to have the whole line of figures. Like, I'm getting nervous that they haven't officially announced that they're going to be doing a Drax and a Mantis. I know we have that Mantis from the holiday special coming out. I think that is a great stand-in right now, but we need that Drax. I personally really enjoyed Volume 3 of the movie, but I really enjoyed the team suit. I know some people have different opinions on that. I'm normally not a fan of seeing a lot of characters just in the same suit, but I think this is a unique instance to where I think that it's going to look great on a shelf, especially a team like the Guardians of the Galaxy. That Chris Pratt head sculpt looks fantastic, and we get over here with Nebula as well. I just think that this figure looks phenomenal as well. I think this is like the essential Nebula to get, because I loved her arc in that movie. Endgame, I think, was a great arc as well. So again, no matter what Nebula you get, I just think that when this comes out, it's going to be the Nebula that people want. Groot looks great. Rocket with Cosmo look great. Hopefully we get the whole line, but if I had to pick 2, it'd be Star-Lord and Nebula, with a slight edge over Groot. And that is obviously with saying that, Mantis and Drax have to be coming as well. And then once that happens, I want to get all of them. And even Gamora, even though she wouldn't have the team suit, she still played a huge role in that movie. I would love to see that figure get added as well. So hopefully these figures come out. They're really good, and we eventually get those. So that was my number 5. Number 4, I almost did the same thing. I almost cheated again, but I said, you know what? if they let me off the hook with Guardians of the Galaxy, picking a whole team of figures, I got to make a tough choice on this next one. And that was between the Darth Vaders, between this one, the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi, or the Battle Damage Obi-Wan Kenobi from the series, or the Battle Damage Darth Vader from Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series. And I get why people want to get that one. I truly, truly get it. But for me, Return of the Jedi is my favorite of the original trilogy. It's the one that I just watched the most as a kid. I didn't grow up with those movies, but I, saw them on TV a lot. And, mainly Return of the Jedi was the one I just kept seeing over and over. It's my favorite. I think that Empire's probably the best, but Return has just always been my favorite. And I don't have a Darth Vader. And to me, this one, with the head sculpt, with the light up function here, I just think that this is the essential Darth Vader, the one I want in my collection. I just really think that once I get this one, I might not even need another Darth Vader. I said that about Iron Man, and I'm already going to get another Iron Man, so I'm sure I'll get another Vader. But this one just looks phenomenal to me. I can't wait for this. I love even the base, I think, is really great. That's a great, great base. I'm going to be getting the deluxe version for that base. And yeah, I'm just super excited to add the icon that is Darth Vader to my collection. So we're at the top 3, and we have in a way 3 villains. I mean, kind of 4, because we just had Darth Vader. So I guess these top 4 are going to be all villains. The first one, you'll kind of see why I'm kind of thinking about this, but these next 2 are definitely villains, and it is from the brilliant Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. It is Bane 2.0. Look at that head sculpt. Look at the separate rolling eyeballs. This figure looks absolutely amazing. I love Tom Hardy's Bane. Not saying Dark Knight Rises didn't have its issues, but it's still a great movie in my opinion, and I just think that this version of Bane looks incredible. The seamlessness from the neck all the way down to the wrist peg, the wrist joint. That's the only problem. You can kind of see it right there, that wrist joint showing a little bit, or that wrist peg. And I'm not huge on that, but I think it's okay simply because I think you're going to want to have a lot of posability with the arms on this figure. So if that's what allows it to happen, cool. But I think that everything else looks so damn good that I can overlook it. That, I mean, this is just going to be a phenomenal figure. I will probably display him as this right here with the arms showing. Again, this figure is just going to be phenomenal. I think we're going to be talking about this as one of the figures of the year at the end of 2024. And we're going to stay with the Dark Knight trilogy from Christopher Nolan, and we're going to go with another icon, Heath Ledger's The Joker. I do not have a Joker. Again, beginning Hot Toys collector. I'm feeling like I need to get the essentials here. That's where we're seeing a lot of essential characters, and the Joker is no exception. This figure looks absolutely brilliant. I love the cards. I love the gloves. I love the tailoring of the suit. My favorite part of this figure, though, and I think a lot of people might have this same sentiment, is I love the tongue base. Or not the tongue base, but the, sorry, I was thinking about the base of the figure. But the base right there, which is, it's nothing special, but here it is right here. The 2 styles of expressions. You got the tongue, you got that look. I think both are going to look great. One is like, where he's like, wanting to tell people how he got the scars. The other one's more of a look like on the highway chase scene where he's wanting Batman to hit him. I just think that this figure looks phenomenal. I didn't get the in-art version. I know a lot of people think that's the top figure for the Joker right now. I think potentially, if this figure looks as good as the prototypes look, this could be the best Joker out there. I know a lot of people are getting the Artisan. I personally have the pre-order on the regular one, and I'm okay with that. So I cannot wait to add this to my collection. And now, number 1. This wasn't too difficult for me because I really wanted this character, and I liked this version of the character, whether it be the meme, whether it be the suit. But this is my Spider-Man, the OG Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. This is my Spider-Man. The Sam Raimi trilogy is the trilogy for me. I loved Spider-Man 2. Hopefully we get some figures from that movie. That's one of my all-time favorite movies, one of the best superhero movies ever made. Spider-Man 3 definitely has its issues. Even the emo Tobey, I totally get it. The dance moves, all that stuff. But this figure looks phenomenal. And I think that maybe adds a little bit to this figure for me too, is that it's kind of got that funniness to it. Like, you have the different memes and the different jokes about emo Tobey. I kind of think that adds something cool to the figure as well. But there's no denying that if they can knock out this head sculpt to make it look like this, it is going to look phenomenal. I know a lot of people had a little bit of an issue with the No Way Home head sculpt, which I kind of understand. I still think that figure looks really good, and I'll be adding that one as well. But this one, when this comes out, this will be the essential Toby, in my opinion, just because of how damn good it looks. But we still need a Spider-Man 2 Toby. We have to get one. That will be number one on my list for whenever that comes out as well. But this figure just looks phenomenal. You get the symbiote, here, you get the black suit. It reminds me of when the trailer first came out for this movie. We were just off the hype of Spider-Man 2. It was an amazing movie. Everybody was pumped for Spider-Man 3, and we got that trailer with the black suit with the rain coming down. I still remember it like it was yesterday, seeing that in the theaters. It was so cool. I just can't wait to add this. This looks phenomenal. The hair, the head sculpt, the determination, the rolling eyeball function, the symbiote, the suit. I've already said that. It looks phenomenal. I cannot wait to add this to my collection. Yeah. Emo Toby, Spider-Man black suit, number one most anticipated Hot Toys figure of 2024. All right, everyone. So that was my top 10 most anticipated Hot Toys figures of 2024. If you've made it this far and you really enjoyed this video, it would mean the world to me if you would give it a thumbs up. I would also really appreciate it if you want to see more content like this or more content from me in this channel. Maybe consider subscribing. That would be awesome as well. And leave a comment. Let me know what your most anticipated Hot Toys figure of 2024 is. I want to see what the community's saying. I want to see what you guys have to say about what you're looking forward to. Maybe some of the ones you disagreed with me on. And that way we can have a conversation in the comments. And that would be just fun. So I'll be posting some other videos soon. And until then, I will catch you next time.